I'm looking for some answers here. How many students preferred using pencil more than 10, and how did you know, Hadley?
60 kids prefer pencil because if 40 students say they prefer pen, then 60 students prefer pencil.
Yeah, 100 minus 40 got you there, right? Okay, cool. Number 2, how many students prefer using pen and unlined paper? Grant, how do you know?
30. We made the table.
You made a table.
Yeah, and under non-lined and pen it's 30.
How did you get that from the information given?
That's from the information given.
Yeah. Well, there's 45 students that like unlined, right?
Yeah. And we knew 10 students said they preferred lined paper and pen.
So 10 here. So that means, how'd you get 30 though?
Well, if 40 students prefer pen, 10 prefer lined paper and pen, then 30 prefer unlined paper.
Yeah. Okay.
Or you could say of the 60 kids that use pencil, 45 of them prefer lined paper, and so the other 15 prefer unlined paper.
Okay.
And then you could say.
How many like pencil and unlined then? How many like pencil and unlined? Spencer. 15. Now, when you're just writing stuff down and jotting back and forth, it's kind of hard to keep it straight, right? So what's a good strategy that I see some groups using? Table. Check it out.
That's exactly.
How many prefer pencil? Prefer pen and unlined? Boom. Look how much easier that was than trying to talk through the weeds of the words, right? So that's kind of a big idea of today. This is called a two-way table. Why do you think it's called a two-way table?
Because it goes 2 ways. One and then the other one.
So, again, why do you think it's called a two-way table?
Because there's 2 things.
There's 2 things, right? There's columns and there's rows. 2 ways. Now, one thing I want to point out. Sometimes you're going to be given a two-way table, and it's only going to be this chunk. Well, not even that. It's only going to be this chunk.
That's what I did.
So a thing I like to do is I like to go write all this in every time. Like, even if I don't use it, I like to write that in, all right? Just a strategy I like. So we're going to practice using some two-way tables now. And we're going to start with this one, okay? This is about fruit flies. All right, take your time. Don't fly through it. And a scientist is trying to determine roles of the genetics. They got 80 offspring, and he put the information in the two-way table. I would like you to interpret the two-way table to answer questions 1, 2, and 3. I think this will most likely go pretty quick. Who can tell me what 17 in the table represents? All right, Chuma.
17 eyes
Have red eyes and curled wings. Let's check it out. Red eyes, curled wings. Cool. How many selected fly offspring had white eyes? White eyes. Elliot?
5.
Okay, 5 had white eyes and curled wings. But how many had white eyes? 18 right here. All right, 18. And then how many had standard wings? Tess. Right here, 58. All right. We're going to look at some more fly stuff now, okay? Here we go. Don't wing it. Take your time, okay? So, you're going to use this new table of data and answer the 4 bullets, please. Looking for some help. What does 13 represent, Will Baker?
Let's just not say anything or tell me.
What does 13 represent?
The number of flies with white eyes.
Number of flies. Am I supposed to spell that IES? Okay, I don't know. With white eyes, you said? And standard wings. Okay. How many selected fruit fly offspring have red eyes and standard wings?
45.
Emmett?
Me?
Yeah, you're Emmett.
How many selected fruit flies and options have red eyes instead of wings?
Red eye standard wings. Yep.
45.
How many?
45.
45. It's right there. All right. How many selected fruit fly offspring are represented in the table? Stella,
80.
how'd you get to that number? I thought it was 100. What happened?
Oh, we added them all.
Yeah, it's a new table, right? So maybe something like you could do totals over here. 40, 50, 62, and 18. Or you could do totals this way. 22 and 58. Either way. Cool. How many fruit flies have curled wings? Ellie. Yeah.
80. No, sorry, 22.
22. It's right there, the total curled wings. 22. Awesome. And it's pretty nice. So the point again, it's nice to be able to interpret a two-way table just to pull all the information we could possibly want to know. So we're given this incomplete two-way table. You and your group need to come up with a few questions to ask me that you would need answers to. To answer, how many of our runs took less than 25 minutes? And then amongst the runs that took under 25 minutes, what fraction of them were completed without headphones? So come up with the questions to ask me. So who's got a question for me? Willa.
How many total minutes of headphones on?
So how many minutes of headphones on? We don't need to know exact minutes. Okay. I'm looking for hands that... Micah.
What are all the totals?
Okay, you need more specific questions. Owen.
How many total runs with headphones on?
Jada ran with headphones on 10 times. All right, I'm ready for more questions. Hadley.
How many runs did Jada run that took 25 minutes or more?
Half of her runs took 25 minutes or more. Okay, that means this. That means that. Yeah. Oh, so you know that has to be 18? All right, do we need more information? Can we fill this thing out now? All right, so let's see. We need 10 there. We need 8 here. We need 6 here to make all of our totals work. All right, so number 1. Help me answer the question now. How many of our runs took less than 25 minutes? Alice?
14.
Alice, how many runs took less than 25 minutes?
14.
Yeah, but I asked Alice twice. How many runs were less than 25 minutes?
Oh, less than 25 minutes. 14.
14, here it is. I kind of accidentally said it. All right, amongst the runs that took under 25 minutes, what fraction were completed without headphones on? 8 out of the 14. Okay? Which is close to how much of 14? Pretty close to what? Half. So, to run fast, did it seem to make a big difference? Nope, didn't seem to make a big difference. So we're always going to answer questions. So, if 8 out of 14 isn't a significant difference in speed, we're going to use the table to draw conclusions about the situation. The conclusion would be, do you think it really made her faster? Not really. I guess in the slower, there's more that happened that were slower, but in terms of the under, not really more than half. So maybe we need more data, would be what I would say.
Yeah, maybe we should have her run an equal amount of time with headphones on and off.
Next, this is all the information I gave you already. Oh, too far. Next, you're going to do the same thing. This premise is people who floss and don't floss versus use mouthwash and not use mouthwash. You have 30 seconds to come up with some questions to ask me to get information you need. I'm ready for questions. Who's got a question for me? Micah.
What's the total of floss with used mouthwash and with no mouthwash? Or just what's the total?
I'll tell you,
of floss?
55 people responded that they do not floss. 55 people said they do not floss. So that would be this information right there. So if 55 people don't floss, how many people do? 45, because there's 100 people total. Okay. Other questions out there? Grant.
How many people floss and use mouthwash?
How many people floss and use mouthwash? I can't tell you that, but what I can tell you is 40 people use mouthwash. Which means how many people don't? 60. Okay. Other questions? Bob.
How many people don't floss and don't use mouthwash?
How many people don't floss and don't use mouthwash? Okay. 45 people responded that they don't floss and don't use mouthwash. I think we got enough for the rest. Let's see. There we go.
Nice one, Mr. Rat.
Next one, Ashley.
Thanks, Fran.
All right. Now we have some questions to answer. I would like some help from some individuals here. Julia, among people who do not use mouthwash, how many more do not use floss than do? So do not use mouthwash. We're looking right here. How many more do not use floss than do? 30, yeah. 45 minus 15 gives me 30. Which kind of makes sense. If you're going to do a bad job taking care of your teeth, you're going to do an extra bad job taking care of your teeth, maybe. Okay. What percentage of people responded that they use mouthwash but don't floss? Spencer. How many people actually, though?
How many percent?
Well, let's start with people. How many said they don't use mouthwash? They use mouthwash but don't floss. How many people? 10. And that's 10 people out of how many?
Oh, would it be 15%?
No, 10 out of how many?
25%.
40.
No, how many people are there?
40.
There's more than 40 people.
Are we only using the use mouthwash?
What percent of people? Out of 100. So 10 out of 100 is? 10%. 10%. There we go. We're going to finish up with a lesson summary. There it is. I got to hand that out. You got to get back to your assigned seats. Let's go.